Hi everyone, it's Sunday, September 10th, time for another HideNet Week in Review. I'm Vera Jordick. I can tell you that the post-fair period was a quiet one in the U.S., and that was especially true since it was a short week due to the Monday being the Labor Day holiday. But that wasn't the only reason it was quiet. Aside from cows, steers are pretty tough to sell right now, specifically those that are generally used for footwear. Heavy Texas steers were unchanged this week at $27 for selections averaging 64 pounds. That's not really based on any strength, it's because of a general lack of activity for those. Other steers remain weekly steady with the exception of automotive selections, which still have good interest. Now that said, this week all eyes will be on the automotive sector to see if workers strike on Thursday night here in the U.S. As we said, cow sellers remain well sold, and there were really very few cow offers out there this week. Dairy cows aren't quite as popular as plump cows, but prices are no worse than steady right now. Combined export sales for the week ending August 31st were better than the previous week, but that wouldn't be too hard, as low as they were. At 484,900, the total isn't terribly spectacular either. Combined shipments were better, coming in at 532,700, which is 30% higher than the previous week. Estimated slaughter for the holiday shortened week ending September 9th checks in at 559,000, and that's down 11% from the previous week. Turning to Europe, editor Andrea Guolo reports that while slaughterhouses are asking for more, overall prices are mostly the same as they were in July, with a few notable exceptions that are indeed higher. British prices are higher thanks to sales in Asia. The 36-kilo British ox is at 72 cents per kilo in sterling, while the Irish price is a touch lower at 77 cents higher. It's higher than the British, but lower than it was at 77 cents in euros. In Britain, the offers for October won't come until the second half of September, so we'll have to wait and see. For European bulls, there aren't any offers being made, and prices are steady to a little bit higher. The price for North German bulls at 40 to 49 kilos is unchanged at 95 cents to €1.05. On the other hand, prices for Southern German hides are higher. European cow market prices also remain mostly unchanged, thanks to poor demand in Europe, even though sellers are asking for more. For veal skins, prices are still the same, and it's likely we'll see sellers try for higher prices starting at Lineapel. In his analysis this week, Andrea looks at how the market is shaping up in September ahead of the fair, and especially regarding the signals that sellers are sending to the market. From South America, editor Ronald Guiel reports that the average price of fresh hides dropped by 5 cents and are selling at 85 cents per kilo in reals. The reference price of TR1, however, is still unchanged at 65 cents. Other Latin origins were again unchanged except for Argentina, which saw some changes across the board. In other news from Brazil, preliminary data show that August hide exports were up 25% in value, and then Brazilian cattle production is expected to shrink by 4% in 2024. From elsewhere in Latin America, in Chile, leather product manufacturing has dropped 23% in July compared to last year. Nicaragua is going to import leather from Mexico, and Mexico is going to end 2023 with a rebound in footwear production. And finally, in Peru, levels of leather and footwear are still lagging below pre-COVID numbers. That is all we have for this week, and until next week, good night from HideNet.